Welcome to today's broadcast of the U16 Junior Varsity Sabercats game here at John Fott Fieldhouse in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, taking on the U16 Sudbury Spartans. These two teams, big clash of the north. Sudbury doing pretty well in the standings. Sault Sabercats attempting to clinch their place in the playoffs here today. And we are underway with a kickoff to number 20 for the Sabercats. A nice return as Logan Lajanen gets to about the 24-yard line on the return. Before we get started here today, I'd like to thank our team at J-Team at Century 21 Choice Realty, powering today's broadcast, helping you score big in the real estate game. For first downs to first homes, they're opening doors all over the Soo. Today's game specifically, like we've said, features the Sudbury Spartans here in town taking on the Sault Sabercats. A record, I believe, is 3-1-2. Two ties on the season, ironically, in a league where there is no ties. One was a misunderstanding by the officials in a game in Peterborough, and then a canceled game due to the air index here in the Soo during the wildfires earlier. Nice quick pass off to number 20, Lajanen, and he gets just about a first down there.
Logan Lajanen to the outside.
Nice little quick play to get things started for the Sabercats offense. And they're going to call it maybe just a little short here. So it looks like we have a mass sub coming in. A little bit of change up on the offensive side. And delay here as number 23 has a equipment malfunction, it looks like, for Sudbury. That is Dylan Jackson. So the officials will pause it here for a second. We also want to thank our other sponsors here today, Algoma District School Board, the Algoma Thunderbirds Athletics Program, here on Superior Catholic District School Board, and Gen 7. Looks like we're ready to go here. Second and inches for the Sabercats. Number 12 behind center for the Sabercats here today, Brett Koski. A quick handoff out to the right, and it's a first down and more. The Sabercats rolling here early. Looks like number 11 on the carry. That is Aaron Juma. Spent time at quarterback this year as well, but a great athlete capable of doing all kinds of different things in this offense. And there he powers the Sabercats to a first down. And they'll start from about the 45 in their own zone. Koski hands it off here, and it's Juma once again, and another good run from Juma. Gets about 5 or 6 yards. Taken down by number 6 for the Sudbury Spartans, Byron Marshall.
Tossed down by number 6, Byron Marshall.
And about 2nd and 5 here now for the Sabercats. Looking to get another first down and keep this drive alive. Koski steps back. He looks. He has a man open, and it's a great catch by number 4, Grayson Avery, and a great first down there on a quick little pass from Koski.
Grayson Avery is good.
And that's another first down, and this one will get them to about the 47-yard line in the opposition zone now. And a great job there by Avery to go up, two-hand that ball with pressure coming from the defense, secures it, and then fights for an extra couple of yards. Koski hands it to Juma. Juma bounces it outside, but he's quickly corralled by number 45 of the Spartans, Connor Monahan.
Juma brought down
comes flying up the field to cut off that play. And for the first time here today, the Sabercats dealing with a long second down. Will be about 2nd and 15 here. The officials instructing Koski here to unroll his jersey a bit. We are back underway. Koski behind center, Juma behind him in the backfield. Oh, and Koski has a high snap, tries to corral it, but gets tangled up on his footwork.
Koski's able to
And that's a sack at the end of the day for number 90 of the Spartans, Thomas Mullally. And what looked like a promising drive at first for the Sabercats. Good couple of good defensive plays by the Spartans defense, and a bad snap there cost the Sioux Sabercats a chance to keep driving. And it looks like it will be number 87, Charles McInnes, who comes in to punt here for the Sabercats. Gets it off well. And it's going to be returned by Sudbury, but there will be a no yards penalty as number 18, Holden Bange, brings it up.
Picks up the punt. Goes forward a few yards. There is
It was a nice return despite the interference at the point of the catch. Was able to give Sudbury an extra 10 or 15 yards on that play. And it looks like Sudbury's going to accept this penalty.
Look like the penalty's
It's going to start from the 40-yard line. And we'll get a chance to see Sudbury's offense for the first time here today. Evan DeMarchi will be behind center for Sudbury. He'll hand it off to number 7, Levi Bluen. It'll be a short gain for about 2 yards. Looks like Evan Beauville for the Sabercats on the stop.
Looks like number 7, Levi Bluen with the carry. He picks up a couple for the Spartans.
It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Spartans here now from their own 42. And a nice little quick pass with some pressure in his face gets it to 19. That is Noah Arsenault, and he gets a first down for the Sudbury Spartans.
Look like Noah Arsenault with the ball.
That was a great job by number 14, Evan DeMarchi, to get that ball off with pressure in his face. Evan Beauville, a big D end with his hands up, able to focus on getting it to 19 for a quick pass. And now Sudbury trying to put together their own offensive drive. Number 8 on the end around. And what looked like was going to be a nice little sweep, corralled by the defense there. Looked like number 41 came in on the tackle, Gabe Bifano. And that was Oliver Pupore who came in on that sweep play. We'll see if we get a few more opportunities to see him on that later on, but that was a great job by the Sabercats defense, cutting that play off and keeping the contain. Be about 2nd and 7 now from their own 54. A quick little pass, not really sure which receiver that was intended to.
That'll be 3rd down.
Both number 4, Noah Scrobot, was in that vicinity. And number 7, Levi Bluen. And it will be 3rd and 7, and it looks like Sudbury will punt here.
Looks like Lajinen and Juma back again for the punt.
Logan Lajinen and Aaron Juma back to return on this one. There's 2 onside recoverers here, so the Sabercats will have to be quick to get on the ball. And it's bouncing around, but it does end up in the hands of a Sabercat, but he fumbles it. And Sudbury ends up coming up with
Looks
it in
like
the
the
end.
Spartans may recover at the punt.
That looks like number 77.
Number 77,
Jack
Jack
Moggy
Moggy with the recovery.
gets the recovery on that one. Ball bounced around a bit. One of the blockers for the Sabercats, who wasn't planning on having to return it, ends up with the ball in his hands, and it's stripped away. And Sudbury with a big break here as they get the ball back now on the Sabercats' 49-yard line. DeMarchi behind center. It'll be a handoff to number 7, Levi Bluen. A few yards gained, finally taken down by number 52 for the Sabercats, Gabe Phillips. And it's a nice gain there for Sudbury. Ends up being about
by number 52, Gabriel Phillips.
7 yards gained on that one, so it'll be 2nd and 3. Play action. Quick pass here to number 86 for the Spartans. Oh. And this one's going to come back as an illegal blindside block on the play.
Riley Clark is able
nice
to
play initially by Riley Clark on the catch. Was able to get what looked like the first down, but that block will bring this one back. So the officials will discuss this one here. I think more so a conversation about where the spot of the foul occurred more than anything. And if you're Sudbury, that's a frustrating turn of events as your offense was starting to march there, and this penalty will bring you back quite a bit and make for quite a deficit on 2nd down. So they will have about 18 yards to go for a first down now at this point. It's very disappointing after a good play action play. We'll see if they can still get a first down here on this play.
Moves it back, it looks like about 15.
Quick pass to number 4 for the Spartans, but he's quickly corralled by number 33 and number 1. And that is Ashton Newfield and Didi Alabi.
Noah Scroba is good. He picks up a couple.
Noah Scroba with his
number 27,
reception there, gets about 4 yards, but with a deficit after that penalty, it's still quite a distance to go. So Sudbury will no doubt punt here.
And number 1, Didi Alabi.
Oh, and a high punt. It's going to be short. And the officials will rightly call this one dead.
Punt.
So the Sioux Sabercats will take over here around the 46 or 47-yard line. So both teams now with a chance to hit the field for offense. Both teams showing some signs of life, but unable to put together a full drive. And now it comes back to the Sabercats here with 4 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter. First and 10 from their own 46 for the Sabercats. Koski behind center. Juma in the backfield. And a quick pitch outside to Juma. And does a good job to get about 5 or 6 yards.
Aaron Juma looks like he picks up about 8 or 9 yards there.
And it looked like number 48 for Sudbury in on that tackle. Preston Day. 2nd and 4 to go from their own 52-yard line now for the Sabercats. High snap, but corralled by Koski and handed off to number 5, JJ Perot-Didier.
Jaheim Perot-Didier with the carry. Looks like he
His
picked
first
up the
carry
first
of the
down.
day, and looks like it's going to be
We'll
close
wait
to
the
a
ref
first
to
down
the
here. We'll
ball.
see what their ruling is.
And it is a first down.
And they will give it to the Sabercats. So a couple of runs to get the Sabercats moving here late in the
Tackled
first
by number
quarter.
58, Maddox Preston.
They will start from the opposition's 51-yard line now. Handoff to Juma here, but looks like there might be a false start by the offense. A nice run at the end of the day by Juma. He's running hard
Looks
up
like
the middle.
there's a flag on the play.
The receiver and Waggle might have gone a little early here, if I had to guess. And it will be a legal procedure against the offense. So that will bring it back.
Procedure against the Cats. That's
It'll
going
be
to move them
first
back 5
and
yards.
15 now for the Sabercats. Penalties impacting both teams' ability to get a long drive going here so far today. Koski with play action, rolls out to his right, looks downfield, and he's able to find number 4, Grayson
Brett
Avery,
Koski
for
is
a
able to
first
look downfield
down.
and finds his receiver, Grayson Avery.
And a nice throw by Koski on the run there with pressure. Overcoming
That's
that
gonna be another first
5-yard
down for the
penalty
Cats.
on first down. And they will start from the 44-yard line in Sudbury territory now. Hand off to Juma. Juma quickly taken down and the ball comes out. We'll see who
Aaron
recovered
Juma
it.
off the middle, but it looks like the ball may have come out.
Both teams claiming possession, but we'll wait for the officials to sort it out for us. And it looks like Sioux Sabercats retain the ball.
Looks like the Cats were able to hang on to the ball.
It'll be 2nd and 8 now from the Sudbury 42-yard line. Koski steps up, throws over the middle. And, oh, it is almost intercepted by number 6, Oliver Poupore. 2 hands on it, just
Pass is
couldn't see it,
incomplete.
maybe
There
with the
is a
sun
flag
in
on
his
the
eyes
play.
coming down. Great job getting there to knock that pass down. It'll be 2nd and 8 now for the Sabercats from the 42-yard line of the Sudbury Spartans. And it will actually be a pass interference
be
called
a
against the
pass
Sudbury
interference
defense. So
call
that'll
on the
be 15
Spartans.
yards that advances for the Sabercats. And another first down. So penalties impacting both teams here so far today. This time it works in the favor of the offense. Koski hands it off to Perot-Didier. And he's quickly taken down by number 48, Preston Day for the Spartans. And it'll look for a second like a player might be down for the Spartans, but he was able to get up. So play will continue. Oh, we do have a player down.
Number 5, Jaheim Perot Didier. He's brought down by number 48, Preston Day.
So we'll look for a second like a player or two from the Spartans that might have taken a knee, but
Timeout call.
Sabercats try a quick rush to the line here, but the Sabercats coaches call a timeout instead. So we will take a quick timeout ourselves here. We'll be right back.
couple of yards.
And that will end the quarter for us. It is 0-0 after the first
We're
quarter.
gonna switch sides of the field. While the players are walking down, I'm going to say a quick happy birthday
Sudbury
to
will
one
be
of our
operating
amazing
from
football
about
moms out there. Michelle
the 8
Juma,
yard line.
happy birthday from the Sabercat family.
It'll be 2nd and 5 when they do restart. And we have a player down for the Sabercats, so we're going to take a quick break. So we're back here for the start of the second quarter. Sudbury started from about their own 8 yard line for 2nd and 5 here. DeMarchi behind center. He will hand it off to Bluin. Bluin bounces it outside. He's got the edge. And he's got more. Nice gain for Bluin and a first down for the Spartans. Getting themselves well clear of their own end zone now.
First down and then some for the Spartans.
Great run there by Bluin to find the outside edge. Cut up underneath a block. Gets his team about 20 yards on that play as they'll operate from the 28 yard line now, 1st and 10. Another handoff to Bluin. He bounces it outside, cuts inside another tackler. And what a great run by Levi here for a first down. As he is leading this offense on a great drive here that started from their 2 yard line.
He picks up the first down for the Spartans.
First and 10 now from the 41 yard line, Sudbury territory. DeMarchi goes to pass, fumbles it initially, is able to get the ball off, intended for number 86, Riley Clark.
Quarterback Evan DeMarchi is able to recover the ball. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
And it will be 2nd and 10 now for Sudbury from the 41 yard line. A great drive for the Spartans so far. We'll see if they have some more in them here. DeMarchi looks to the right. It's number 4 with a big catch and another first down for the Spartans by Noah Scrobot.
Nice pass to number 4, Noah Scrobot.
And a great little slant route there, works perfect. And Sudbury marching yet again.
Tackled by number 22,
in
Martino
Spartans,
Cachemilio,
Sudbury,
number 7,
or Sioux
Michael Marshall.
Sabercats territory now from about the 53 yard line. DeMarchi with an audible from the line. The Levi Bluen with another run here. Patient little cutback, is able to get about 5 yards.
Bluen again with the ball. Looks like he picks up about 5.
It looks like Didi Alaba on the tackle there. 2nd and 5 from the Sabercats' 47-yard line. And Sudbury being urged by the officials to get moving here as they're attempting the play clock. Bluen is quickly met by Evan Beauville in the backfield, causes a fumble, but the mark able to jump on it, keep it in possession of the Spartans.
Do recover it though.
And that'll be about a 7-yard loss for Sudbury on that play. Sudbury 3rd and 12 now from the Sabercats 54-yard line, excuse me. It'll be a punt. 2 men onside, but then he ends up taking it himself, bounces it outside. Oh, and it's going to be real close here.
The Spartans fake the punt.
Cade Campbell decides to keep it. And we will see what the officials decide here. That was very close to being a first down.
It's going to be very close.
I don't know if that was a designed keep or if it was an option that was given
Looks
to
like
him
they're gonna
coming
have to
into the
take a look
play.
at this one.
But it could end up being a big play here for Sudbury depending on how this goes. First down, Sudbury Spartans.
So it looks like it's enough for the first down for the Spartans.
And what a big play there by Cade Campbell. Well, it looked like another stalled drive for the Sudbury Spartans. Keeps them alive. This drive started on the 2-yard line at the start of the quarter. And they are now on the 42-yard line in Sabercats territory with another first down. Quick sweep, and it is taken down by Evan Beauville again. What a drive he is having for the defense. It's number 87, Mashoud Adelaide, on a sweep, quickly taken out by the D end. And it'll be 2nd and about 14 for the Spartans now from the Sabercats' 51-yard line. A quick whistle here. It will be a time clock violation for the Spartans as they had been getting a couple of warnings from the officials leading into this play.
So it's a time clock violation against the Spartans.
And that will make the deficit to a first down even bigger, as it is about 2nd and 19 now for Sudbury. Long drive for the Spartans. They have another one in them here. Throws down the sideline just a little inside of his target, number 4, Noah Strobot.
I'll bring up 3rd down.
It'll be 3rd down. More than likely a punt here for Sudbury, but they did keep it and take it for a first down on the last play with a keep. So Sabercats will undoubtedly have to watch for that here on this play. Sudbury also lining up with 2 onside coverage men, putting a little more pressure on the Sabercats in return, which caused a fumble last play. And a decent punt here. It'll look like Lajan's going to go back to recover it. He isn't able to play it clean. It's going to go back into the end zone. And it's going to go out for a rouge as it bounces all the way out the back. And that will be the first score of the game. It'll be 1-0 for Sudbury here with 6:10 left in the second quarter.
Lajan is not able to get to the ball. It does go out the end of the end zone. So that's going to be 1 point for the Spartans for Rouge.
So the Sabercats will start here on offense, trying to get something going themselves. They've had some moments of things going well, but penalties derailed their last two drives. They will start from their own 35-yard line here after that rouge. Handoff to Juma. Juma bounces it outside. And he's able to get about 4 yards before being taken down by number 22.
Juma picks up a few.
Ryder Lalonde.
Tackled by number 22, Ryder Lalonde.
Be about a 4-yard gain. Makes it 2nd and 6 for the Sabercats here. Starting from the 39-yard line in their own territory. Koski behind center with Juma and Perot Didier beside him. Pitch to Juma. Juma fights through a couple of tackles and almost gets a first down as he gets about another 5 yards on that play.
Eventually brought out by number 45.
And
Connor
another
Monahan, number 58,
big
Maddox
decision here
Preston.
for the Sabercats play callers. 1 yard to go for a first down in their own territory. Offense appears to be staying on the field. Third and 1. Be a handoff to Juma. He gets the first down and a couple more. And that brings it up to about the 49-yard line for the Sabercats. And Sue gambles on third down and comes up big with another run by Aaron Juma. First and 10, Sabercats. Hand off to Perot Didier. He tries to cut it up, but plenty of Spartans defenders there.
Jaheim Perot Didier tries to follow his
led by
blocker,
number
only picks
56.
up 1 or 2.
Dexter Malloy. Malu, excuse me. It will be 2nd and 9 for the Sabercats. Koski. Nice catch there, but it's quickly corralled by number 22.
Pass to Grayson Avery is complete. but
Ryder
it's met
Lalonde
immediately
hitting
by
Grayson
number
Avery
22,
after a gain
Ryder
of about
Lalonde.
4 or 5 yards. So it'll be third down here with 3 yards to go. Offense again staying out for the Sabercats. From the midfield line here. Be another handoff to Juma, and he is quickly met, and the Sabercats are stopped.
Stopped up the middle. They're not able to pick up the first down. It's going to be Spartans' ball.
Dexter Malu, another play. And the Sabercats gamble on third down a second time on this drive and come up short. And Sudbury will now take the ball from the Sabercats' 49-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's the 3-minute warning.
3-minute warning here in the second quarter. 2:55 to go in the game, the quarter to be exact. And Sudbury starting with good field position here after that turnover on downs. And it looks like another time clock violation by Sudbury. It's the second time Sudbury have had this penalty called on them. You could hear the officials give them a couple of warnings before those plays as well. So we'll see if Sudbury can speed up their huddle process. Handoff to Levi Bluen. He fights through a couple of tackles, gets a couple of extra yards for a gain of about 7 on that play. Third down for the Spartans, and they will appear to be keeping their offense on the field as well. Devin DeMarchi behind center. Levi Bluen behind him. And a timeout called here by Sudbury as the offense was struggling to get the ball snapped again on time, saving themselves from another penalty here on third down. And we will take a break as well. We'll be back shortly. So welcome back to John Fott Fieldhouse here in Sault Ste. Marie. Sudbury Spartans up 1-0 with 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the half. They are going for it here on 3rd down and 5 from the Sabercats' 49-yard line here. DeMarchi, quick throw. It's caught by number 19, and he's got enough for a first down. What a great catch and roll by Noah Arsenault on that play.
Number 19, Noah Arsenault.
And this Sudbury offense has been able to chip away at this field position all day long. Only penalties getting in their way so far today. And they are looking to cap off a drive here to end the quarter, or the half. Still about 42 yards left to go, 1st and 10. Handoff to Levi Bluen. Great job cutting through a couple of tacklers to get 5 yards out of that play.
Levi Bluen is able to get through a few
Eventually taken down by number 93 for the Sabercats, Heath Desjardins. It'll be 2nd and 5 now for Sudbury here from the 37-yard line in the Sabercats territory. DeMarchi from behind center. Quick throw to number 17, and it's another first down for the Sudbury Spartans. This time it is Cameron Quinnell.
Pass to Cameron Quinnell is good. He's able to pick
Quick
up the
little
first down.
in-breaking route. Able to get another 5 or 6 yards after the catch. And that will advance the Spartans up to the 25-yard line here, and it'll be a Sabercats timeout. With a minute 37 in the second half, first down Sudbury. We'll take a quick break and be right back. So minute 37 left here in the half. Sudbury up 1-0 so far, now marching into Sabercats territory at the 25-yard line with this first down. Hand off to Bluin. He bounces it outside. There will be a holding call on the outside here, though, by the looks of it.
By Bluin with the carry, but looks like there may have been a hold.
So this should bring it back a little bit for Sudbury here. And offense has been rolling today, penalties being the only thing that has gotten in their way. Number 48 was on the edge for the Sabercats. Michael Omobuke. Looked like he was being twisted around trying to get to the outside edge. And this will be from the 35-yard line now for the Spartans. 1st and 20. DeMarchi with a little play action. DeMarchi, nice quick throw to number 17, and he breaks the tackle, and he's up the sideline. He is into the end zone for a touchdown. Cameron Quinnell
in for the touchdown for
with
the
a
Spartans.
tough run after that play, breaking a tackle on the initial contact. DeMarchi on a rollout to the right. Finds his man. Sudbury now up 7 points, pending an extra point here. It will be number 10 to come in and kick, Dom Quintana. And it is 8-0 Sudbury.
Dom Quintana is good.
Minute
That's
21
the
left in the
Spartans
half.
to 8-0 lead.
And the Spartans have been putting together good offensive drives all day. This one finally clicks all the way down the field. They started on the 49-yard line of the Sabercats after a turnover on downs. Picking up several first downs along the way, and they take a full 8-point lead now after an earlier rouge. Minute 22 remaining in the half. Plenty of time for the Sabercats to try and get something going here. The clock does stop after every play in the final 3 minutes of the half, so it does extend that time a little bit. But the Sabercats will have to get something moving here if they want to answer before the half. Beautiful kickoff here by the Spartans, and Lajinen fumbles it in the end zone, recovers it and gets it out.
Logan Lajinen is able
And a
to get
big hit there.
Get out of the end zone.
It looks like number 32 on the play, 37, excuse me. That was Skylar Benson on the big hit. Lajinen was taken down at his 5-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 here for the Sabercats, starting from their own 5-yard line, deep in their own territory. And what a great kickoff, pinning the Sabercats here with limited time left in the half. Koski behind center. Pro Didier to his left. Juma behind him. And it will be Juma who kicks it outside, gets the edge, and just dragged down by number 21 and number 6.
Aaron Juma is able
Elliot
to get
Lees
to the outside.
And Byron Marshall able to corral him. What was looking like it could be a big breaking play. Keeps it to about a 9-yard gain. It'll be
Looks like
second and
he's able to
short.
pick up 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Cats.
And they're going to call a first down
Correct,
instead.
it's 1st down for the Cats.
So ultimately a good run there by Juma, but great job by the Sudbury defense from keeping it from going to the house, as it looked like it had the potential to do so. Hand off to Pro Didier here. Stiff arms one defender, rolls out of another tackle, and fights for an extra few yards.
Hand off to Jaheim Pro Didier. He's able to pick up a few. Tackled by number 6, Byron Marshall.
That looks like about a 7-yard gain, so it'll be 2nd and 3 from the Sabercats' 22-yard line. There'll be a handoff to Juma, who fumbles the ball. Sudbury recovers it. And a costly mistake by the Sabercats gives Sudbury the ball on the 20-yard line with 23.8 seconds left to go in the half. And just a little miscommunication on that handoff between Koski and Juma. And Sudbury firmly in control here to end this half. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Sudbury from the 19-yard line in Sabercats territory. And another turnover giving Sudbury great field position here with the final seconds of the quarter. Handoff to Bluin. He bounces it outside, cuts back up. Met by a host of Sabercats, but finally brought down by number 20, Lajinen.
Levi Bluin with the carry. He's brought down by the Sabercats defense.
And that's good for about a 1-yard gain on that play.
Like the Spartans have called the timeout. 16 seconds left.
Spartans call a timeout here with 16.3 seconds left to go in the half, and we will be right back. So Sudbury comes back from their timeout here. 2nd and 9, 16.3 seconds to go in the half. DeMarchi pulls it on the play action, looks to the end zone, wide open. Number 8 comes down with it. Oliver Pupore.
Is wide open in the end zone. He picks up another touchdown for the Spartans.
And turnovers proving costly here at the end of the half for the Sabercats. As Sudbury takes advantage, it's a second touchdown pass here within the last few minutes of the half for Evan DeMarchi. This game was 1-0 for a majority of the first half, and here in the last few minutes, Sudbury has taken over. Dom Quintana is good for another extra point here, and that makes it 15-0 for the Spartans with 10.9 seconds left to go in the first half. Another quick shout out to our sponsors here while we have a moment today. Algoma District School Board, the Algoma Thunderbirds Athletics, Huron Spirit Catholic District School Board, and Gen 7 Fuels.
With halftime coming up, make sure you visit our Jessie down in the canteen. She's going to have drinks down there.
Also a reminder,
snacks, so
4 p.m.
sure
today, the varsity rematch of this game.
refreshments.
That game proving quite critical in the AA U18 standings, as the winner of that game will host their way through the division playoffs. The loser will have to go on the road. So critical battle of the North here at 4 p.m. as well, between the U18 Sudbury Spartans and the U18 Sault Sabercats. Another great kickoff there, and this one's going to go right out the end zone. And number 10,
Kickoff
Dom
goes
Quintana,
out the back of the end zone again.
with a rouge on that play. What a great job he has done on special teams today. That makes it 16-0 for the Spartans here with 10.9 seconds
for the
left.
Spartans extending it to 16-0.
And Sabercats will now start from their own 35-yard line. Just under 11 seconds to go in the half. As we said, this game was very close for most of the half. 1-0 until about 6 minutes left to go in the half. And Sudbury answers to final few minutes of this quarter with 2 touchdown passes off of a turnover on downs and a fumble in the Sabercats territory. And the Sabercats will take a knee here to run out the clock. They will take one more after the clock runs to 0. And this will bring us to halftime, and we will be back in about 10 to 15 minutes.
See everybody back in 10 minutes.
House here in Sault Ste. Marie for the second half of U16 action here. Kickoff will be called back and replayed. Currently 16-0 coming into the third frame for the Sudbury Spartans U16 team. But was a close first half for majority of the first 24 minutes. Ended up with a couple of Spartan touchdowns near the end that flipped this score line. And we'll see if the Sabercats have adjustments ready to be made here for the second half and can close the gap. Sudbury will start the second half with the ball here, pending no mistakes or any tricks here from the Sabercats on the kickoff. Juma will kick it off. Lands at about second level. Bounces around a bit. Number 18 will pick it up and return it. Holden Bage.
Number 18, Holden Bage, picks up the ball.
And it will start from the
Brings it forward a
21-yard
couple.
line in Spartans territory here to start the second half.
The Spartans are going to start off the second half.
Evan DeMarchi under quarterback. Playing a quarterback here for the Sudbury Spartans here today. It's been able to distribute the ball to quite a few weapons on the way to a couple of strong drives for the Spartans in the Battle of the North here up in Sault Ste. Marie. Handoff to Levi Bluin to start things off. About a 5-yard gain there to get things going. They'll call it a gain of 4, so it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 25-yard line here. Bluin again. A couple of cuts. Great job to evade a couple of tacklers, and he'll get just about enough for a
Bluin
first
again,
down.
Middle.
And it is called a first down by the sideline judge.
Looks like he's met by number 3, Brady Stevens.
Great job by Bluin, evading tacklers all day today, getting extra yards for the Spartans on every carry. First and 10 from the 31-yard line now in Sudbury territory. DeMarchi to number 4. Quick pass outside, and he's able to get about 7, 8, maybe 9 yards. It'll be close to a first down here.
Noah Scrobot reaches forward.
Noah Scrobot does a great job getting some extra yards out of that play, but there are a couple of flags on the field. We'll see what that ends up being. Looks like it's going to be against Sudbury here. Holding.
Looks like it's going to be holding against the Spartans.
That'll
That's gonna
back
move
them
them
up
back.
10. It'll be first and 20 now from Sudbury's 21-yard line. So a good little quick pass play there to Noah Scrobot. But it's all for naught here as it comes back. It'll be a long first down for the Spartans. Bluin quickly met by a host of Sabercats there. And it will be 2nd and long here now. 52 for the Sabercats on the tackle with some help from
Bluin,
many
brought down
teammates.
by
Gabe Phillips.
Phillips and McLeod.
McLeod getting credited with an extra. This help on the tackle. Play action. DeMarchi rolls outside to his left, and he's going to keep it and take off. And he's not able to get enough for a first down, but gets about a 10-yard, 15-yard gain.
DeMarchi fakes the handoff and rolls to the outside.
We'll see where they marked him out of bounds. It will be third down still.
Looks like still short of the first down. It's going to be third down for the Spartans.
3rd and 9. And Sudbury with some substitutions here, so it looks like it will be a punt. Although Sudbury did keep a punt attempt earlier and ran it for a first down, so the Sabercats will have to be on high alert here. Sudbury also playing with 2 onside coverage players, putting additional pressure on the Sabercats on their return. And a good punt here. Lajinen will take it out to the side. He's got some space to move. And about a 10 or 15-yard return there by Logan Lajinen.
He's able to bring it out for a few yards for the Sabercats.
And the Sabercats will start in Sudbury territory here with their first possession of the second half. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Sudbury 50-yard line. Koski behind center. Pro Didier to his right. Juma behind him. And some confusion on the snap count there by the Sabercats. Leads to an illegal procedure, and that will be a penalty that backs them up. Sabercats looking to get something rolling on offense here in the second half. Had some moments where they were building drives, but penalties and turnovers have ultimately cost them here so far today. We'll see if they're able to clean it up here in the second half and make this game a little closer. Koski rolls out to his left. Good block on the edge. Able to get it to number 4, Grayson Avery. And that gets about half the yardage back that they need. About a 7 or 8 yard gain. Will make it about 2nd and 6 to go.
It's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Sabercats.
Second and 6 Sabercats from Sudbury's 46-yard line. Koski rolls out to his right. There's a flag on the play. He gets it off to McInnes. McInnes with a first down and more.
87, Charles McInnes with the reception.
We will see if it stands, as there was a flag on the near sideline. It's a chance that the receiver in motion might have crossed the line a little early. It looks as though it'll be encroachment by the Sudbury defense. So the Sabercats will decline that, and it is a good first down for McInnes. So the Sabercats, 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line in Sudbury territory, threatening to try and cut this lead in half here. Juma with the handoff. Nice cut up the middle. Fights through a couple of tackles. Gets about 6 or 7 yards on that one.
I'll bring up 2nd down for the Cats.
So it'll be To be joined by Mr. Tony Bonifero for the remainder of the day, too.
Yeah, thanks, John. My sincere apologies.
Juma with the run up the middle here, just about enough for a first down. Sabercats down 16-0 here with 6:35 to go in the third quarter.
Again with the carry, he stopped short by the Spartans defenders.
It will be third and 1, but Sabercats have been going for it in these situations. They did have a turnover on downs earlier in the game from about the same distance. Koski with a handoff to Pro Didier. He gets a first down and more, and he breaks it down into the 10-yard line area. And Sabercats are threatening here now, as this will be a first down from about 7 yards to go in the end zone.
Nice job there by the offensive line, getting some push there, John.
Doing a great job on this drive. Offensive line maybe sputtering a little bit early in the game, but some adjustments made at halftime seem to be working. Koski to Juma. Juma gets into the end zone, but there is a flag on the near side of the field.
There is a flag on the play.
If this stands, what a great drive from the Sabercats here in the start of the second half to get themselves on the board, trying to cut this lead in half.
I haven't seen any signal yet by the officials. The refs are talking to, looks like the Sudbury captain. So are we going to have a offside penalty against the Sabercats?
On the Sabercats.
Jeez, you can't have that.
Well, that's going to hurt them here because that makes it a long first down now.
That's going to move them back 5 yards.
First signs of life here today from this offense on this drive. So Sabercats now from the 13-yard line, first down. Hand off to Juma again, and he is met by a host of Sudbury defenders, including number 69, Malachi Mayers.
Beautiful play by him, as well as number
69, Malachi Mayers.
Yeah, Malachi Mayers on the play, along with another big D tackle inside. My goodness, they had absolutely no penetration there, and those are two big bodies for that O-line to push.
Juma just met instantly by that wall. And Sabercats here with a long second down to go. Koski from the pocket, looks to the end zone. Oh, and what an adjustment by number 21, Marciano Cranston. Covered and blanketed by the defender, but is able to work his way back towards the back shoulder. Comes down with that one. And what a great make-up touchdown after that Juma run was called back from the end zone. Sabercats cutting into the Sudbury lead here in the second half.
Yeah, beautiful play there by Cranston. You know, can't say enough good things about Cranston. I had the pleasure of coaching him back in Sioux Minor football, as you know, first year playing football, or first couple of years, I believe it was. And he came every day. He worked his butt off. He's a great kid, has a great sense of humor, great personality, and you know, just being able to see him and watching him progress over the last few years of playing football has really been special. And he has a real bright future, you know, in this game. And that was an outstanding catch by him, and comes from a great family as well. So always nice to see, you know, kids like that having some success.
Certainly rewarded for his hard work and effort there on that play, and showing some great IQ for the game, some great patience on the play. While we have a chance here, we'll give a quick shout out to our sponsors as well. Algoma District School Board, the Algoma Thunderbird Athletics Program, Huron Superior Catholic District School Board, and Gen 7 Fuels. And today's broadcast is sponsored by the J-Team at Century 21 Choice Realty, powering this afternoon's broadcast and helping you score big in the real estate game. From first downs to first homes. They're opening doors all over the Sioux.
Sabercats going for 2 here. I guess down by 16, so understandable decision.
Koski from the pocket. Quick throw. McInnes. Did he hang on to it? He sure did. A huge first down early in this drive by McInnes. And now an extra 2-point conversion. And that cuts the lead to 8 with 4:06 left to go in the game.
Yeah, and a great little, just looked like a hook route on the outside. And outstanding job there by the Sabercats. That's a massive drive that they needed. And, brings them right back in this game. Obviously, Johnny, I'm just obviously getting here, but, tail of the tape between these two teams, it's no secret what a powerhouse Sudbury is and how Sudbury can play. And, the Sabercats, making some different changes here to their roster, repositioning a few players. Just kind of what's been your overall take so far and what you've seen so far in this game?
Yeah, so you have to give Sudbury's offense a lot of credit. Evan DeMarchi has been great at quarterback. He's got a ton of weapons that have been contributing to the game. Levi Bluen's been great at running back as well, making a lot of defenders miss. So the offense has really been steady for Sudbury. We're finally getting to see the Sabercats offense put some stuff together here. Juma, who you mentioned was playing quarterback early in the year, has been the standout at running back. Pro Didier with quite a bit of help, and Avery at wide receiver has been a big help as well. Ultimately, both teams defensively have been quite steady. But turnovers and penalties end up costing Sabercats in the first half. And that's how we've gotten here. But Sabercats seem to have made some adjustments at halftime. Great offensive drive by them there. And now the ball is refusing to cooperate on the tee stand here with the wind here today.
Is that Koch Emilio who's kicking it off for the Sabercats?
It was Juma earlier, but it does look like maybe Logan Lajnin. Oh, Martino Carchamillo, you're right, yeah.
Arsenault back for the Spartans along with, I'm not sure who the other one is, but the kick goes to Sudbury. It's picked up by Beangy, and he gets it out to the 30-yard line. Nice special teams play there, and Koch Emilio, who makes the kick, actually makes the tackle as well. So the Sudbury Spartans will take over first down and 10 from their own 28-yard line, going left to right on your radio dial.
Yeah, you love to see the kicker getting downfield and making a play. Great hustle, and he stays out there to play safety as well.
Yeah, Martino's one heck of an athlete in his own right. Again, coached him in his Sioux Minor days and first time playing football, and, really started to understand the game and really came to, and he can play any position on the field. So see him playing safety, look for him to make some plays. Sudbury lines up, and they hand it off up the middle. Bluen with a nice little run, scampers for about 4 yards. He's brought down by number 52, Gabe Phillips.
Yeah, Bluen's been fun to watch here today. Very patient running back. Does a great job of using his blockers to help him make cuts. Evades a lot of tackles, a lot of broken tackles here today as well.
Yeah, he's very patient, right? I've watched some tape, and you see kids at this age, they like to go 120 miles an hour at all times, but with him, very patient. Sudbury comes out here, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun snap. There's a quick little hitch pass, and it's caught. Beautiful hands by Quinnell. And Quinnell on a quick post route picks up enough for a first down.
Those in-breaking quick passes have been really working well for Sudbury here today, really taking apart that zone defense from the Sabercats. And DeMarchi's been just super consistent at delivering those short passes to all of his weapons.
Yeah, DeMarchi, known throughout this league, this Sudbury offense, they're a dangerous offense. They have really good, skill position players all over the field. So there was no question that the Sabercats were going to have their work cut out for them, as there's another nice little run. They're picking up 4 or 5 yards on every run. So Bluen picks up about 4 or 5 yards.
Number 27, Luke Cady.
Yeah, the run game's been super consistent today. They've been able to chip away, make every second down much more manageable. It's led to a lot of long drives for Sudbury here today.
And with this heat, right, it's hot out there. These players are going to be tired. They're going to be gassed. So, you know, a good, strong ground game can really be demoralizing to the defense here as Sudbury looks to reset. Sudbury, they have 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Bluen lined up in the backfield. There's a handoff to him, and he's brought down by the backside. Beautiful play by Luke Cady.
Great defensive
with
play
some
by
assistance
20,
by
Logan
Lagenin,
number 27, Luke Cady.
but Luke Cady ran him down from the
That'll be
backside.
3rd down for the Spartans.
Great work there.
Yeah, what a great job. Not very often you see a corner come off the edge and chase down a play from behind like that. And Bluen's a big running back. Cady giving up quite a bit of size to him, able to sneak up and make a huge play to make this a 3rd and 8 though.
And give credit to the D-line here as well of the Sioux Sabercats. The right side of that D-line looks like Mike Omabuki was out there and able to string out that play and not let, you know, Bluen kind of cut it up or get outside, and allowing Luke to kind of come in from the backside there. So great job. We got a timeout here called by Sudbury. You know what, Coach? You know, I always struggle with, you know, in a close game calling timeouts on special teams like this, right? 3rd and long. A timeout was called. You might need that timeout later on in the game. So, you know, big opportunity here for the Sabercats. I can see you doing that if you want to maybe organize a fake or look for something like that. But on a 3rd and 9 from, you know, your own 43-yard line, everyone knows you're going to punt. So just about, you know, getting it off and being a little bit, you know, more prepared for that, I think.
Yeah, and if you're the Sabercats, you almost have to have that mindset of maybe there is an alert here to watch out for something tricky. Sudbury's punt team has been pretty effective here today. They did keep one and run it for a 1st down earlier, and they keep 2 guys on side every punt, able to go and track the ball down if it drops short. So potentially some trickery here.
So Lagenin and Juma, and it is. He did look, but well read by the Sabercats, and not a good kick. And it's picked up wisely by Mike Marshall, and Marshall brings it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you say wisely by Mike Marshall. Like we said, there was 2 guys on side on these punts for Sudbury. You don't want to let that ball bounce around too much, especially when it's short. I didn't see what happened to the onside players once the fake or the pass ended up being called off, but great job by him to pick it up, get an extra 5 yards, and keep the ball in their possession.
That's exactly what the Sabercats needed, right? They get a big score, and now that's a turnover. Even though it was a punt, it wasn't a very good one, and they're getting, you know, you're taking over now inside Sudbury's 40-yard line. So opportunity here for the Cats to, you know, potentially look at cutting this lead or tying it up as Koski in at quarterback. Koski takes the snap, fakes the handoff, chips it out to Juma. Juma with a beautiful cut, and he's brought down by number 56, Dexter Mallaroo.
Yeah, number 45, Connor Monahan, good help there too, just slowing him down, dragging him up a bit. Juma's been able to get quite a bit going on the ground, but great job by the Sudbury defense to make some big stops in the run as well today.
Yeah, you know, Juma as a kid, you know, I know he wants to play quarterback. He loves playing quarterback, and, you know, he's good at playing quarterback. You know, I've always argued that, you know, I think he'd be more effective, you know, playing at a running back position because he's just that. He's an unbelievable athlete. He can do everything, right? Koski with a beautiful throw to the outside, just out of the hands of Grayson Avery. Nice play there. But the thing about Juma that makes him such an effective quarterback is he is a leader, right? Everything about him is a leader. He's, you know, kids look up to him. He knows what he's doing out there. He communicates well. It's easy to follow him, right? And that's what's always made him so good at quarterback. But again, I think for his skill set, you're going to be able to see him utilize his skill set a little bit better playing running back. And you said he's had a pretty good game here so far today. And again, I think, you know, you want the ball in your best player's hand as much as possible. And he's your best offensive player, arguably. So that's what you want. Little trickery. And it's beautifully executed. Speaking of Juma, there you go. What a play by Grayson Avery to make the catch. Touchdown saving tackle by Byron Marshall.
Well, what a weapon that is to have at your running back position where he can just pull up and toss it whenever he feels like it too. Great design play there on the double pass. or the pitch pass. And what a great job by Grayson Avery, who has been the #1 target here for the Sabercats out wide today.
But again, like we talked about, right, that's using his skill set, right? You know, he's a threat to run, he's a threat to pass, and again, you just give him the ball in a little bit of space and give him that space and let him make plays. And you're seeing it with that. What a great little play design and a great play call here, as that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. We're going to throw it over to John just to thank a couple of our sponsors.
Today's sponsors for the broadcast, Algoma District School Board, the Algoma Thunderbirds Athletics Program, Huron Superior Catholic District School Board, the Gen 7 Fuels, and today's broadcast partner, J-Team at Century 21 Choice Realty.
Yeah, we just like to thank all of our sponsors, and if you're interested in helping bring youth athletics to Sault Ste. Marie, please reach out to Jay Houselander at Sioux Sports, and Jay has a variety of sponsorship packages that he can inform you about. And again, it's a lot of work to bring these games to you, so we appreciate all the support from the community, and we appreciate all the work that Jay puts in. So please, if you're interested in sponsoring, please reach out to him.
A much needed water break for all the boys here today.
Yeah,
Hot one here in Sault Ste. Marie.
This is the most humid day of the year. I don't know how Chris Carr is being able to function all by himself over here.
Chris looks like he's being cooked a bit out here.
Yeah. For those of you tuning in, Chris Carr is the legendary cameraman here in Sault Ste. Marie. So Chris does a fantastic job every week.
Full-time participant with the Sioux Greyhounds program now here in town too.
They must have been desperate. Here come the Sabercats. 1st and 10. Chris knows I'm teasing him. I've known Chris since I was little. So here comes Koski now. Koski at the quarterback position. Two receivers lined up to his left. A running back to each side. They hand it off to JJ up the middle. And nice job by that offensive line, led by number 78, Lane Sayers. And they are in for the touchdown. That's a big score here for the Cats.
Well, what a great comeback by this offense. They really just couldn't get anything chipped together for a full drive in the first half. A couple of turnovers, a turnover on down, some penalties that got them in trouble. But they've really put it together, and a great adjustment at halftime by this coaching staff to get the ship righted.
So Sabercats with an opportunity to tie the game here. Coach, 11:49 to go here early in the fourth. Are you a fan of going for two?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, chance to tie it up. If you do miss this, you still have plenty of time in the quarter to try and make it up.
And there's a handoff right up the middle, and JJ's in again for the score. Hey, this offensive line, what a job by them. I mean, JJ was untouched going in there. I wish I could get some of these numbers, but it looks like, not sure. I wish I could see number 69, that looks like. Was that Ryan Gauthier or?
You got 72 out there.
Zach Pelche, Lane Sayers, Emmett Krebs, and I'm sure we're missing one, but outstanding job. You know, Thomas Riley's out there, I believe. So credit to them, as you know, when I walked in here and saw 16-0, maybe I'm the good luck charm here, Coach.
Yeah, I was going to say, things have turned around
yeah.
since. Yeah. Well, definitely a different looking offense in the second half than compared to the first. And Sudbury's defense looking a little worn down by that O-line. The weather could be playing a factor in that too. Maybe some attrition starting to catch up to the Sudbury Spartans, but their offense is certainly one you can't take your foot off the pedal against. They will catch you if you let your guard down.
Cochemilio on to kick. And it's a short one, and it's picked up there by Alibi. And Alibi brings it out to the 50-yard line. The tackle was made by number 92, Emerson Grimard, on the stop. So the Sudbury Spartans will have decent field position. They'll start off 1st and 10 from their own 50-yard line, going right to left on your radio dial.
At this point, trying to build a sustained drive. You can expect Levi Bluin to be a big part of it here again.
DeMarchi takes the snap, hands it off on the slot sweep to the outside. It's taken there by Arsenault. And Arsenault with a beautiful run, and he falls forward. I like to see that, right? Instead of trying to get out of bounds, he just puts his shoulder down, rolls in with the players, and Heath Desjardins and Brady Stevens in on the stop. Gain of 15. That'll be a first down and 10 Spartans.
Yeah, what makes this offense so impressive is just the amount of weapons that they have. Every guy who's a skill position player on this Sudbury offense has had a part to play in their success today. And that's just another example of it there.
DeMarchi, 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left, motions to the left, hands it off up the middle to Bluin, and Bluin, man, is he hard to tackle. He breaks a couple and finally able to get taken down. Brought down by Mike Marshall, so it'll be after a gain of 5. We'll call it second down and a long 5 here.
A big second down for Sudbury here. The momentum starting to change in the other direction. You need a big drive here to try and settle your bench down and get everyone back on track.
DeMarchi got 3 receivers to his left. He looks to his right, and he hits number 4, Scrobot. And Scrobot picks up about 4 yards.
Yeah.
That's going to be a gain of 4. We're going to call that what? Third down and 2?
Yeah, big stop by the defense there. I mean, he could have broken another tackle and gotten those extra 2 yards, but great group tackling by the Sabercats defense, sending him backwards.
The one thing I've been really impressed with so far by Sudbury receivers is, you know, you see a lot of kids at this age who like to use their body to catch the ball with, right? And every Sudbury receiver we've seen, it's all been with the hands. It's been beautiful hands by them. So, you know, credit to the coaching staff for encouraging that. Here comes Sudbury. Their heavy package, hands it off up the middle, and he cuts, and he's going to be real close to the first down. It's going to depend on the spot of the ball here.
This is going to be a close one. We'll have to see where the spot is.
Oh, we've seen a lot of calls.
Oh, that looks like it's going to be short, and the Sabercats are going to take over first and 10. I actually, you know, I think that was a near perfect spot by the officials. I don't think he made the 35-yard line. And they needed the 35 or a piece of the 35 to get the first.
Yeah, I think some of his body when he was trying to fight through might have been passed, but the ball itself.
So where the spot of the ball is, if they hit the 35, it would have been a first down. They spotted it short, but then the ref just put the ball over to the 35.
Yeah.
So I don't know, right? Like, anyway, if you're Sudbury, you might
have some issue with that.
Have a little bit of issue with that, but either way, here's Juma again. Juma right up, and he's taken down hard by number 58. Maddox Preston with a big stop.
Maddox Preston.
So gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, it was a bold call by Sudbury. We saw a turnover on downs from the Sabercats in the first half, result in a drive, go back the other way and score. We'll see if Sault Ste. Marie can take advantage of the same decision making.
So anyway, it was a gain of 1, but we still got second and 10 somehow. So there's a snap. Koski rolls to his left. Koski looks, and he hits McInnes. Beautiful catch, but great coverage by number 45, Connor Monahan. That's going to be a gain of 6 yards, so it'll be third down and 4. We'll see what the Sabercats decide to do here.
It's going to be third.
Well, they've been staying the offense out there quite a bit on third down. Another bold call here by the Sabercats coaching staff. In their own territory. This is about the same place we saw them turn over on downs in the first half and gave Sudbury a great chance to drive the field for a touchdown after that.
I'd be really surprised if they ran a play here. Maybe this will be a freeze, but we'll see what they decide. Looks like they are going to run a play. They do, and they hand it off right up the middle to JJ.
Oh, it's going to be close too, Coach.
And
up through the middle. Looks like
we'll see what the spot is. They're calling it a I don't know. This is going to be real close. I think they're going to
Yeah,
have
they're going
to
to bring the
measure
sticks
this
out.
Looks
one.
like they're calling the sticks out to measure.
This is a big play here. If you were to ask me, I think he's going to be, let's see where the lineup is here again. I'm going to say he has it. See, this is where it's the matter of inches, right? So the officials got to make sure that they get it right on the line.
There's been a couple of spots like this today where it's been very close, and this is the first time they're doing a chain measurement. I think just because of the moment of the game and the significance of this call, they're going to be extra careful now.
So, again, not to be super picky, but the ref did have the chain up off of the ground when the other official came over and put the marker on it. So that's going to give an extra few inches to the Sabercats, you would think.
And the stick crew kind of moved a bit first before he came over. And there's the question of, was the ball spotted properly after the turnover?
So there you go. So it is going to be enough for the first down.
First down for the Sabercats.
And I would not blame the Sudbury coaches for having some questions about this process right now. Because that's 2 calls in a row and about 10 yards away.
Football's a game of inches, right? So it's all about the little bit there. And I think the spot was good. Like, I do think it was a first down based on the spot and where everything went. So I think everything kind of worked out there as it should. As here come the Sabercats. He rolls to his right. He looks, tries to find McInnes again. Good coverage on the play.
Pass intended for McInnes is incomplete.
Cranston ran a corner route there, and there was no one by him.
And great job by Maddox Preston getting pressure on Koski on that play too. Forced him into a short pass. Didn't let him get off his front foot on that throw.
That's right. If Koski had even if he had an extra second or a second and a half there, I think he would have hit Cranston on that deep ball, but he didn't have enough time to get through his reads. So, it's still a good throw though. I mean, he threw it. There was a lot of players in the area, and he threw it to an area where only his guy could get it, right? So, nice play there by Koski. Here come the Sabercats. 2 receivers to the left. 2 running backs. JJ rolls to his right. He looks. He hits Juma out in the flats. Juma makes a guy miss, and Juma's taken down. What an effort by number 56, Dexter Mallaroo. He runs him down.
Juma's able to pick up a couple.
That's going to be a gain of 2 on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 9.
Actually, just one. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
Malachi Mayer's getting out there too. You love to see the D lineman chasing down a play from behind on the outside like that.
3rd down and 8, we'll call it. Sabercats deciding to punt this time. Is that McInnes on to punt?
Looks like it.
Snap's good. And it's a short kick. Great job. Great job by number 4, Grayson Avery. My goodness, just to back up and not get a no yards call there. It's little plays like that in a game like this where, 5 yards, 15 yards is a huge deal, right? And if Grayson Avery doesn't get out of the way there, that could have been a big, 15-yard penalty they could have called. So, credit to him for doing a great job in getting out of the way there. And now the Sudbury Spartans are going to be taking over 1st down and 10 from their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, you see it especially early in the season in JV games. Players are just trying to get to the ball. A lot of no yards penalties called on punts. But as the season's gone on, you really see players like Avery start to understand the moments of the game, start to have a presence of moment.
DeMarchi takes it, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, looks downfield. Nice coverage, but great little comeback route yet again by number 17, Cameron Quinnell. Good coverage by Max Fuselli.
Connects with Quinnell.
But, Quinnell's a big body, and Fuselli was there. But, again, when Quinnell kind of uses that body and boxes out the defender, there's not much he can do there.
And I'd love to see the score sheet after this game because DeMarchi's passing percentage has to be outstanding for a player his age in a game like this. And his teammates have been holding up their end, too. Not a lot of drop passes, a lot of crisp routes, open players. Great job by this offense here today.
Nice little handoff again up the middle and a beautiful run. That's going to be close to another first down. Might be a tad short by Bluin. They're going to call second, so that'll be a gain of 9 on the play. Second down and 1 with 5:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Second and 1. Do you try something tricky here and try to catch the Sabercats off guard, or do you think they just give it to Bluin?
I think you might throw over the middle here. You got cover 0.
Yeah. Oh, and they play it safe and just give it to Bluin, but Bluin again picks up another 5 yards. Brady Stevens makes the tackle.
Well,
that's an even more impressive run when you consider the defense was all crowded at the line trying to stop the run on that play, and he still was able to break it for about a 7 or 8 yard gain.
Yeah, this has been a nice drive here. This is exactly what Sudbury needed, right? They struggled on their last couple possessions and now picking up a couple first downs. Let's see what they decide as he rolls to his right again on that comeback route, the same route. Fuselli having a real tough time on that route out there against Quinnell.
Well, Quinnell, another one of these weapons that has had moments where he's taken over the game, and this is a drive where he's doing it quite well.
That's going to be a Spartans first
that
down.
Comeback route's a hard one to cover when you're a corner because, it sets you up to try and cover the deep go, and all of a sudden you put the brakes on, run back towards the sideline. It's hard to get that angle, especially when you're taking on a receiver with the size of Quinnell.
Yeah, no question. DeMarchi takes the snap, sorry. Oh, what a move there again by Blue, and he's finally brought down by number 90, Evan Beauville.
Yeah, I really don't like to make comparisons to NFL players with young men. Sometimes it seems unfair, but he definitely has a little Le'Veon Bell to his patience and style of running.
That's actually that's the perfect player comparison, I think. You're right. DeMarchi takes the snap, fakes it again, and he throws deep. And he's open in the end zone. Touchdown, number 87.
Wide open, number 87.
Mashoud Adalai.
That's going to be a touchdown for your Spartans.
So there you go, right? They kept running that comeback. They cheat on it a little bit and able to hit the corner route over top. So great little play there by the Spartans. And the Spartans with an opportunity to extend the lead here to 8. This is a big play here if they're going to go for the extra point.
Dom Quintana has been an outstanding special teams player here today. A couple of rouges off kickoffs, a couple of point afters already.
Quintana's kick is good. And that gives the Sudbury Spartans the 23-16 lead with 3:35 to play here in the fourth quarter. Coach, if you're the Sabercats coaching staff right now, how are you kind of calming these guys down, and what's your game plan going into this drive?
Well, I'm reminding them that it's 3-down football, and 3.5 minutes is a lot of time when the clock stops after every play in the last 3 minutes. So there's no need to feel rushed or urgency. Just keep doing what you're doing. The offense has been moving great so far in the second half. Try to build out another drive like the ones you had in the last two. Just stay focused on good things. Let the running game do its job. Quick, smart little passes to keep the ball moving. Nothing special needs to happen here. Just do what you've been doing this whole half.
Yeah, the Sabercats, they've been moving the ball this entire second half. So, 3:35 is a ton of time. You're right. And again, the Sabercats should just keep doing what they're doing, and they're having that success. So,
I got to say, too, what a great game DeMarchi's had at quarterback. It's probably one of the more impressive JV quarterback performances I've seen in quite a few years. Just been super efficient, and that touchdown throw had some zip on it in the right place and everything.
Another beautiful kick, my goodness. And it's taken by Logan Lajinen. Lajinen from his end zone makes a nice cut there, and Lajinen brings it out to the 28-yard line. Logan Lajinen with a nice return.
Well, that's big because Quintana's pinned the Sabercats deep a few times, gotten a couple of rouges off kickoffs as well. Huge that you can get it out to the 30-yard line after a deep, deep kick like that.
A couple Sabercats players walking off the field with their helmets off. Good job by the officials. You know, normally that would be a penalty, but it's so hot out here today. It's nice that they're giving them that break. So
yeah, some understanding.
Yeah, Koski. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He hands it off up the middle again. Juma falls forward with a beautiful first down run.
Aaron Juma is able to fall forward to pick
He's
up
going to
additional
pick up
yards.
5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5 for the Cats.
I don't know if I like that spot either.
Yeah, I
thought
know.
he got a couple
I know.
more
I
yards
thought he
than
got.
that.
Yeah, me too.
It's a 3-minute warning.
That's your 3-minute warning.
Clock will stop after every offensive snap now.
Yeah, I know. It looked like he fell a couple yards ahead of that, but Koski now from the gun. Koski takes the snap. Quick handoff up the middle. Good pressure on the inside. And again, Juma falls forward. That's the one thing he does an amazing job of, is fall forward.
Aaron Juma again
So
able
we
to
got,
fall forward to
it's
pick
going to
up
be 3rd down and a
extra
long
yards.
one.
It's going to be 3rd down.
Well,
for
and
the
that's
Cats.
such an important effort, because at this point you're going to have to go for it on 3rd no matter what with the situation in this game. And it's so much easier to go for it from 1 yard away as opposed to the 4 that it would have taken to get it if he had gone down initial contact.
They keep running right up the middle at their 2 big tackles, right? You know, maybe running off tackle a little bit. They might have some success as the game goes on because they're starting to really crunch the middle. And there's JJ, and exactly the point I just made. They keep going right up the middle there. And what a defensive play by number 48, Preston Day.
Like maybe
Can only go to the well so many times, Coach.
Yeah, and that's a huge stop by this Sudbury defense. And they've had a couple like that on the run here today. They do have a great D-line, some big linebackers that like to step up. And on that play, no movement in the middle. Tries to bounce it outside, but by that time the entire defense is collapsing.
You know, the Sabercats have had success when they've put wrinkles in their offense today, right? And, you know, when they're running just those basic dives up the middle, they've had some success as well. But, again, Sudbury's starting to become a little bit wise to it. So if the Sabercats are able to get the ball back, look for a wrinkle or two to be put in. This is a big defensive series here. I feel like we're going to get a heavy dose of Bluin. And there's one. And nice job by the Steelers defense, led by number 18, Michael Bishop. I think they thought maybe the ball was loose or stripped, but
well, I think the Sabercats players felt that they stripped the ball before he went down, but the officials didn't see it that way.
yeah, the officials were right there. So Bluin coming out of the game here.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Do you think they're going to look to Quinnell again on one of those little comeback routes on the outside, or just keep the ball on the ground?
Well, he doesn't look injured. He's just going over to the bench, so it's an interesting call.
DeMarchi with a fake. Nice little, and there it is again, the comeback. Oh, my goodness. Quinnell was wide open, and so was number 86, Riley Clark. He looked to Clark, and that just went over his head. So decision time here for the Spartans. You know, a single point here is massive. And with how well they can kick the ball, and the wind's at their back too here, I believe. So
yeah, you know, we saw Sabercats do this last year. I don't hate the idea of even doing a set piece like field goal attempt for here, because you have Quintana who can really send it when you give him the ball on the ground. I don't know if a punt will get you a rouge here.
That's okay. I still like this call, right? Make the Sabercats go the distance, make them go a long way. The snap's good. Kick is beautiful. Absolutely outstanding kick. Nice job by Juma to catch that. Great move by Juma. And Juma gets it out to the 11-yard line. Good coverage on the play. Tackle by number 8, Oliver Porpy.
Yeah, and, you know, special teams have really been impressive for Sudbury here today, and that one's another example of it. Just a high hang time punt that dropped at about the 2-yard line. You're trying to pin the Sabercats, like you mentioned, here with only 1:40 left to go and trying to get a game-tying drive going. Specials has definitely been a factor here in this game.
Yeah, that kick, that was one of the highest kicks I've seen in a long time here. That was a moonshot, and you know, credit Juma. That's not easy to catch, and he caught that one beautifully and was able to make some positive yards out of it. So Sabercats now, now or never for them. They got 3 downs to pick up a first and march. Koski hands it off to JJ, and JJ with a nice cut. JJ avoids a couple tackles. He's still on his feet, and he's trying to avoid a couple more, unable to do so. It's still a pretty good gain, though.
He almost would have been better to not break that last tackle,
Yeah,
though,
that's right.
because
Yeah.
he got pushed back a couple more yards.
Yeah. They're going to give him forward progress, it looks like. They are, so it'll be a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
Offense has to move quickly out of the huddle here. They're taking too much time.
They're going to need a big play at some point. Sudbury just playing man up across the board. There's Koski. He rolls. Koski, whoa, a little bit off there with his receivers. I'm not sure if that was a designed out pass, but if McInnes, if he was and McInnes finished that, I think McInnes ended up running a hook there, it almost looked like.
I think we got a player down here.
JJ's down with 1:08 to go.
And I mean, with the heat today, you never know. That might even just be a factor of it. Just getting to the players at this point in the game.
Is that an automatic timeout, though, that they have to take with an injury in the last 3 minutes?
I don't think it's automatic, but I think the
okay.
officials right now are just giving water breaks for the circumstances.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to have coaches out there, though.
Offensive injury, you can have defensive coaches out there, but the player's off now, so yeah, that's exactly what the Sabercats coaches are saying is why was he allowed in the huddle when the player was off the field, right? So Sabercats aren't wrong on that one. So big play here, 3rd down and 6. Sabercats need a first. Let's see what they call up here. Koski takes the snap, and they run the slip screen, and it's out. And nice coverage on the play by number 23, Dylan Jackson, as the pass was intended for Albury.
By number 23, Dylan Jackson.
Yeah, great job boxing out the receiver on that play. No interference, just used his body to separate the player from the ball.
Perfect defense. Yeah.
Outstanding, and that could end up being the game-winning play right there. Well, you got to give kudos to the Sabercats. This game in the first half didn't look like it was going to end up being close. Looked like Sudbury was building momentum, and Sabercats were kind of listless on offense. They did a great job coming back in the second half, making this a game. And you got to give your hat off to Evan DeMarchi, too, as the quarterback. I mean, one of the most efficient performances I've seen in JV Sabercats games in a long time. And he and that offense really were running all over the field today.
Yeah. DeMarchi going under center. I think we all know where this one's going. Oh, there's a fumble! And it's recovered by the Spartans. Oh, my goodness.
Well, that could have been a big momentum changer there. And I think every Spartan on the field's heart jumped a beat when they saw that ball bouncing around.
I was a little surprised to not see Bluen kind of get that. They tried to do a little slot or a little fullback dive there, I believe. And the Spartans, I wish I saw who recovered that fumble for the Spartans, because that was a heads-up play and they deserved a shout-out. So nice play there by whoever that was who recovered it. And now they realize we're just going to give it to Bluen, and Bluen gets to the outside, and there is a flag on the play.
Bluen to the outside in for the touchdown, but there is a flag on the play.
We'll see what it was. Some Sabercats players got tangled up there, and you almost wonder if there wasn't a block from behind somewhere in that mess.
Geez, that left side, Evan Beauville absolutely got blown up on that play and allowed the defender to get to the outside and score. There is a flag on the play. It's going to be a hold, though, against Sudbury. And that hold was downfield, so, tough penalty to take there.
Yeah, that was from the backfield official in the end zone, so that was definitely after the line of scrimmage had already been breached. That's a costly penalty for Sudbury because that could have been the nail in the coffin.
Big play here. So it's 2nd down and long with 26.2 seconds left. You know, what are you going to do here if you're the Spartans? Do you just run the ball, make the Cats use the timeout, or do you try and pick up a long 1st down here? It's, you know, even a field goal here puts it at a 2-score game. So he rolls, he looks. There's another flag. Again, Demichi comes all the way, and he's in for the touchdown. We'll see what the flag is. Again, though, the left side, the left defensive end for the Sabercats just got absolutely exposed on that play as he didn't keep contained.
Well, and that's a testament to this O-line and the blocking, too, because Evan Beauville is one heck of a football player. He's usually the leader on this D-line, and this Sudbury offense is just totally done what they wanted today in a lot of aspects. Just so balanced. They have so many options. They have great play calling. I don't know if I would have personally asked for a quarterback pass on that last play, but
we'll see what the call is. They're talking to they're talking to the Sabercats.
Yeah,
so it is going to be against Sudbury. Question is where was the flag and what's the call?
It looked like it was in the backfield this time, line of scrimmage. So
it is going to be another penalty. So they're going to back it up another 10 yards. But, I mean, if you're Sudbury, do you really mind this? You're also taking time off the clock.
No doubt.
And you're getting another play. And,
so it looks like
I mean, ultimately, they both came back as penalties. But, oh, this is a 20-yard?
15-yarder, it must be, yeah.
Necessary roughness.
That's going to make it 2nd and a country mile for the Spartans.
Well, I didn't know DeMarchi had the ability to use his wheels that way, too. We hadn't really seen that all day, but what a great run it was ultimately.
So we'll see. Yeah, he looked like an athlete there for sure. So, again, we'll just look for the Spartans here to kill some time, right? I wouldn't even mind
don't pass this ball.
Yeah, let DeMarchi just kind of run around a little bit and don't be afraid to punt it.
Don't even risk a pick 6 here.
Snap is good, and he is going to throw it. He throws it deep. Oh, and he had his receiver.
Snap airs it out for his receiver, not able to connect.
Potpourri was open. Nice little route there, but they weren't able to connect. What a throw that was. I mean, you know, John, we're sitting up here, and he didn't put much air under that, and he threw that thing about 40 yards on an absolute dime.
I've been so impressed by that young man today. He is one heck of a quarterback. He's been super efficient. His completion percentage is probably over 60% here today, if I had to guess. And when you have the weapons that he has around him, it's just easy to, you know, pick and choose your spots of where you're going to attack because you have so many reliable guys. I'm not punting in bounds here if I'm them, coach. I'm telling my punter to punt it out of bounds.
You know what? This is one of those situations where I like to, you know, just run back, kill 8 seconds, give up a I know lots can go bad, but another outstanding kick. My goodness. Man. That'll probably do it for the game unless Juma can make a miracle happen. I'm not sure what he's doing.
Juma gets the return, but that's the end of the game.
Well,
I don't know what that was.
Interesting end to a great game.
I mean, I don't know.
I think
no words for that one.
Maybe he saw the clock run down and he thought the play was. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. But either way, that's an outstanding football game here. 2 great football teams. And, you know, we were expecting a good game here today, and we absolutely got it. Testament to both teams. It was a hot one here today. Not an easy, you know, environment to play a game in. But both teams came out, worked hard, played well, and coaches did a great job as well. So we'd like to thank everybody again for tuning in. We'll be back at 4 o'clock with senior varsity action here from Superior Heights in Sault Ste. Marie. I'm Tony Bonifero, joined alongside Johnny Bujo, Jay and Shaw Houselander in studio, and Chris Carr on a chair. We'll be back at 4 o'clock with varsity action here on Sault Sports TV.
We're out.